As a DD, when you're doing delivery and they change the address from the original address they put into the app, if it's not the one in the app, then don't deliver it. Okay? That's a no-no. Always deliver the one that's in the app. The company can trace you, all that kind of stuff. They give you another address, you'll say you'll have to change it within the app. Just drop it off to the location that's within the app. That's your best bet. Now, the reason why I did what I did, went out of my way, is because it had ice cream in it. The Snicker bars were ice cream, so they would have melted. So I went another 10 miles out of my way and dropped it off. Now, I explained why, because they questioned me when I did that. And the reason why is because when I got to the location, no one was there. It was like a workplace. It was already closed. I got in touch with her. She said, nope, it's all the way across town. It's like 10 or 15 miles away. So when I put that address in, I had to follow that address, and then I hit the button on the in-app address, which split me. It got me going in two different directions, one direction and the other direction. It's another reason why you don't do it. So you always just drop it off at the address in the GPS, even if it doesn't make sense. Even if it's at a closed office building or wherever it leads you so the GPS can read it. You have the right to do that. It's their problem. They can go there and pick it up if they want. But if they give you a secondary address, then it's not going to read it correctly, and it's going to penalize you because you had to go to a whole different area to drop it off. So the initial address is in the app, the one that you started to deliver it to, use that one to drop it off. If not, they'll penalize you. It's wrong. Both of it's wrong. It's wrong because you're dropping it off in the wrong location, but it's the right location within the app. They have to change it within the app if they want it dropped off there. I used to think it was wrong to do that, to drop it off anyway at the GPS location, unless they notify you elsewhere. If they notify you, then it's different. They will notify you and they will update it and they'll send you a text. That's the company to change it. They have to change it within the app. If you try to be charitable and drive across town to drop it off there, that can actually endanger you. So let the company be responsible. Now, no one's perfect, but like I said, if I would have dropped it off there, she would have got melted Snickers and there'd been ice cream melted all over the place. So I went out of my way to make sure that she got her package. So ultimately, I went out of my way to make sure that she was a satisfied customer and she got her groceries from Dollar General. Not the right thing to do. You want to stick to the app one so that they know that that's the delivery within the app. They have to change it themselves. Okay? It happens. And I always forget. I think I gave this speech a long time ago. I didn't even follow my own rules. So, if they're wanting the package or the food so badly, then it would be within the app. Okay? They would have it changed within the app. Now, I got myself a hot dog at 7-Eleven and a little more gas because I had to go way out of the way, and I probably would have filled up everything, but she said, well, I'll give you $5, but I'm not taking cash right now if it's not over $10 or a 20. So it just doesn't do me any good to reach out and try to grab a $5 bill. But if it's a 20 or a 10 or a 20, then that's worth a tip. Also, another thing, you want to at least tell people if they're giving you orders that are $2.75 or if they're giving you orders that are below $10. That's an issue, and they need to change that because gas is more expensive, the cost of living is more expensive. They can't give you an order to drive across town that's $2.75 or $5. It's got to be $10 and up. Okay, fair? And another thing, okay, always blame Spielberg for all mistakes, okay? He's the bully. Just blame him. He has all the money. So if there's a problem anywhere in your life, just say it's because of Steven Spielberg. It's his fault. All right? It'll come around, and eventually you'll end up with millions and millions of dollars in a movie deal. The reason why it's Steven Spielberg's fault is because he's so good with light and magic, well, at least with film magic, that it can throw you off, and all of a sudden you think you're in a film. That's Steven Spielberg's fault. That's something he created. So don't let Steven Spielberg fool you. It's his fault. Blame him. That way you profit off of it. That basically was a confession. It was a confession. I was saying that I blame Steven Spielberg so that I can make money off of Steven Spielberg. I did it on purpose. This is a confession. Why? Because that's the way the game works, baby. Right there's a kite in the air. Look. You see it? There's that. You can see it right there. Someone's flying a kite. All the way from downtown area. You see it? Is that not funny? Right there by the post office. That, my friend, is very cool. It's flying right from the post office. It's a kite. Pretty cool. That is awesome. That went into business in 1933 too. That whole post office thing. It's antique. We're headed back. Good song I'd like to use for a show is this one right here. It's Theologians by Wilco. A Ghost is Born. It's a pretty good one. It's almost like an evangelical song, really. It's about how theologians or people that went to school to study theology don't really know our souls. They don't know who we are. Ministers don't really know everything about you. Ministers take initiative to try to kind of get into your life and your head. This is about how theologians need to stay away. But anyway, there's a skeleton flipping around in the back of this truck that's going pretty quick, so I'm not gonna try to catch up with him. But it's a little Halloween thing. Mean it. Don't let big directors scare you out of making your movie. Don't let anybody scare you. Man, they may have all the money, and that does make them bullies. But don't let them scare you. Just keep making your movie. Don't worry about the money. Your movie will be made. Little Caesars on the very edge, about 9 miles from Arlington. And I got myself a hot dog, which I'm saving on calories. I'm cutting calories. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight. It's really hard. I put it in a bag without the bread or anything. So it's just like Luke Skywalker style. Like, have you ever seen Empire Strikes Back, where Luke eats the little hot dog when he's talking to Yoda? Well, he's not really talking to Yoda. He's always talking to Yoda when he's on that island. He's like trying to figure out what he's going to do with the X-Wing fighter. Digs through something and finds like a hot dog. I gotta watch it. It's like it looks kind of like a beef stick or hot dog or something like that. It's kind of like an homage to Luke Skywalker. Empire Strikes Back, which could be my favorite Star Wars. I really do like Return of the Jedi though. Empire Strikes Back is actually pretty good. Visually, it might be better than all of them, especially the opening. Friend at Hip Pocket who wrote plays. He wrote an Ed Wood play called Hubcaps Over Hollywood. I was going to play Ed Wood. He lived right over where that Little Caesar is, in that little neighborhood over there. And I used to bring plays to him, or at least one of the plays I wrote called Pigeons. And I read it with him and his wife. And it was a lot of fun. He always told me in plays, he said, always remember when you're writing a play to make sure that the character that's speaking is the character that you want to be speaking, and check the dialogue and make sure that that dialogue belongs to that character. And that was his note. So when you go through the script, check the dialogue and make sure it belongs to that character. That way you know that the right person is speaking. Right, Mr. Hand? Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry about that. At least, of course, the voice is all singular. Then it doesn't matter, right? Sure, it doesn't matter. It's okay, Snickles. I mean, not Snickles. It's okay, Critters. That's your name. Earlier was looking at me do the Critters piece with the cat. He's probably like thinking, oh my God, what's this guy doing? Is this what the guy has to do to make a living? Look at all the birds right over that way, though. It's an amazing amount of birds. They're just pooping on all those cars. All those cars are just pooping. There's a poop right on your head. And a poop right on your car. Right there. See those birds? They're gonna poop right on your car. Every single bird. It's gonna keep pooping on your car. Just keep on pooping on your car. Just poop. Ooh, motorcycle. Thing too about dropping that off at that lady's job and then have to drive all the way around back to her real address, which is not listed in the app. They could list a secondary address in the app, and then it doesn't work against the delivery driver. But she was buying Kotex. I didn't want the Snickers to melt into the Kotex because that's just not clean, you know. So I guess in this case, oh look, there's an ant. I guess in this case, it just had to work out that way, you know. But it makes me mad because it makes me look bad because I had to drive all around. It's not even in the app. So that's why I say just drop it off at the GPS location, because if not, then they'll penalize you. Where is it located anyway? It's not the Pizza Hut, I don't think. I see. There's some weird energy going on today, you know, like Dune kind of stuff. You ever seen the movie Dune with David Lynch? There's that weird energy and the spice and stuff like that. Put some weird stuff in the spice. Because it's been a funky day. And I ate that hot dog and it's not getting much better. Maybe the hot dog will eventually seep in there and scare away all the demons. But now we got to go all the way down this way. Because that looked like the Pizza Hut one. But we'll be there in a minute. I blame kind of on Linda because she started calling me Spielberg. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I was raised Baptist. I don't know where it's at, but I'm going to find it. And when I find it, I'm going to get that pizza and I'm going to drop it off at your door. Because it's not Pizza Hut. We're talking about Little Caesars, baby. Little Caesars. That works at that Little Caesar says you have to have the portal code. There's no portal code they give you. Another Dee Dee came up and showed her that they were not giving portal codes to her too. She gave me a big attitude. Don't you ever about 2 minutes? Well, let me tell you something. They didn't have the portal code on that one. They don't always have the portal code, and she knows that. Don't let other people be racist against you because of the color of your skin. I'm Apache, okay? But I also have English and Irish in me. That lady did not want to give me the order because of the color of my skin. And she works at that Little Caesars right over here, right off of 820, North 820. She better hope that I don't get this right here. Meadow Brook in Fort Worth. Man, that makes me mad. Because she lied. She looked at me right and she lied. You gotta have the portal code. You gotta have the portal code. They didn't give me a portal code, so I showed her the app. You gotta have the portal code. I'm not giving it out unless you get the portal code. Then the other lady came up and she said, "Well, I don't have the portal code either, and I have the same. I have a different order. That's it was like a different name. It was a different order." And I showed her mine, and she said, "You gotta have the portal code." Yeah, you gotta have the portal code. That's how they time you. That's a lie. That's a lie. She's lying. She don't want to give out that pizza. She gave out the pizza because the lady behind me had the same problem. So she was stumped at that point. How could she help her if she's not going to help me? See the difference? So she gave the pizza to me and I'm dropping it off at your doorstep. I know Luke Skywalker appeared to have his SIH or SHIT together, okay? SHIT together, okay? I know that. But that's just how Mark Hamill played him. I think Luke Skywalker had some flaws. After you leave Family Dollar to get yourself some Louisiana fried chicken and make it famous, because it's Louisiana famous fried chicken right next to Ramey Grocery, Lotto Beer and Wine. All right, so the next one is McDonald's. Usually 99% of the time they don't mess anything up. Say about 99% of the time on delivery. And it's not our responsibility because they put it all in one bag. We can't go through those bags. They're like gift bags they hand out. So, you know, it's just McDonald's is the best when it comes to packaging. So when it comes to packaging, they're the best when it comes to delivery. It's actually true. They'll package everything in one bag. That's how it all should be. If they take from McDonald's, do it that way, we would make no mistakes. Or it'd be all on the fast food industry or the fast food restaurant, not on the driver. All those rich people in there exercising. Doesn't matter their income, really. They're rich because they get to get on the treadmill for 45 minutes a day and relieve a lot of stress. Very, very lucky. All right, thanks. Got the DD right down that way. It's McDonald's. And it literally smells like wet French fries and cardboard mixed together. It has this deep kind of French fry cardboard smell. McDonald's does. Crazy guy with a flashlight standing out in the middle of the road. Growing up, when I was still in high school, and I was part of the theater department, my drama teacher lived right over there. And I would watch his dogs. He had these Chihuahua dogs for him over the summer. I had a girlfriend. She'd come over, we'd watch cable and hang out with the dogs. It was like right over that way. He's probably going to be the one, I discovered him, but really it was W.E. Scott Theater that discovered me. That was the first place I stepped on stage. It was not at Pascal. But I did do plays there at Pascal. But it was over on the other side. He lived there with a man named Peanut for a while. And they had he eventually left Peanut and then joined up with another guy. And they started a theater called Sage and Silo Theater in Fort Worth. It closed down, but that is where it was, right over there. I left a pork chop one time in the oven. It's like, because I was watching his dog and I made a pork chop. It's like, you left a pork chop in the oven. I actually left the oven on, which was I'm sorry about that, but it was right in there. One of those places right in there. It's under, yeah. Isn't that kitty cute? Oh, that little kitty. Why do we fight over all this, you know? Why do we fight? Why is your movie more important than my movie? Let me know. If you can leave a comment, Mr. Steven Spielberg, and leave a comment and tell me why your movie is more important than my movie. And maybe that'll enlighten me. I would like to know. The kid and that bully who smashed you in the face. I'd like to see his movie. Smells good. It's like the trash compactor in Star Wars. You know, the side walls are kind of coming in on you. You know? Little tiny town. This is Aussie's Rabbit. It's a lodge. The Aussie Rabbit Lodge. That one's over there. This is the Dixie House Cafe right there. Dixie House Cafe. It's a little neighborhood. Every once in a while I have to check in with the app, see where I'm going. It's an in-app program on the DD. Yeah, I don't know if it looks open right there. Was real scary. It was that little skeleton looking thing that's painted on the back of the windshield. Do you see it? Right there. See it?